And we're finally live.
Finally.
Yeah, everyone else was ready. Everybody but me. I was the only one. I took a little nap this afternoon, and guess what? Aubyn has to wake me up. So, yeah, here we are. We get, and the peach is a little bit right. I was up late watching my team lose the last 1 minute of the game. And I was heartbroken, so that kept me up all night. Oh, no. I was messing around doing some stuff. So thanks for you guys watching this. And we're going to go ahead and get started with some different topics that for helping with your streaming. Then we'll go into player pass. How's everybody on the panel other than being here way before me?
We're all good.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I was getting ready to go take a nap.
You're too late on that. You should have been there earlier. Oh, my sister's watching. Hey, Joanne. See, she's over here, so it's nice to see her. Yeah, happy Good Friday to everybody. And so
happy Good Friday.
Yeah, I actually had today off. So.
Oh, you did have off today.
I was off. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was trying to. That's why I was,
So what did you do? You woke up early? Still?
Yeah. I still got up. I was still up.
That really screws you up.
It was like 6:30 when I got up, so it was like 3.5 hours sleep, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'll be all right. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get cranking on this. We'll hit some of our topics. Let's see. Let me share my screen here. We talked about this last week, you guys. Just to recap on the big K App 21 is on release client 2. I think we'll probably see it within the next few weeks. I say 2 to 3 weeks. You'll probably see the actual release of 21 in the Play Store. And I said that last week. Be careful if you are on Google Play. And you, because once it gets pushed to the Play Store, it will automatically download to it if you leave your settings on default, unless you have turned off auto updates. But most people don't. Most people have an auto update. So if you have auto updates on and 21 is released, it possibly could give you a skin issue if you're using one of the modified skins. So if you're using estuary, there won't be no problem.
Yay.
Yeah. Blue likes estuary, but I'm always like, I don't want estuary. So
I'm estuary.
Yeah. I actually pushed.
I like estuary.
I actually made one the night before last. I got a 21 set up, and I just need to push it onto my server for my build. So. We'll be seeing that soon. So just hold tight, folks. And just if you find that if stuff it doesn't look right once it goes to 21, that's because you have an issue and you just have to fix it at that time. One of the big news is one of the bigger bigger topics this week. For some free VPNs with the Play Store. I'm telling you, my brain is not there.
It's not here yet. It's still in dreamland.
Yeah. Was found to have some malware. I don't know. Everybody's looking for free shit in
surprise.
If it's
free, for free,
you're the product. You are the product.
Exactly.
If it's free.
You're being used for something.
Yeah, that's a very good rule of thumb. If it's free, you're the product.
Yeah.
And they're selling your stuff. So what this was is the Play Store. Well, I'll say somebody reported to the Play Store. What was their called? The Humans. So some group, not humans, but the Humans group. They found 28 applications in the Google Play Store were allowing people's the software that they were installing on Android to be running them as a proxy server. So basically your equipment could be being used by other people without your knowledge, basically hiding the tracks Isn't that how that on these proxy servers?
Yeah, they could do it. They could even be mining Bitcoin or another coin on your phone or whatever you put the VPN on. You know, who knows what they're doing?
Yeah. So basically, they're using your Android device without you knowing, doing whatever things. So be careful when you're installing the free items, especially VPNs. I mean, if you're a person that feels like you need a VPN, pay for it.
It's not that much. It's dollar. It's a couple, $2 or $3 a month if you pay for it in a yearly type of situation.
Yeah. And if you think about a VPN, any of the VPN services they're running servers from all over the world for a VPN. So there's a cost to running a VPN. So if you think that you're going to get a VPN for free, there's going to be something. There's some types of ads, or they're going to be selling your content, or like here, could be one of the 28 applications that was actually using your device without you knowing. And so it has a list here. Any of this URL is down below. We got Light VPN, the Blaze Straddle or Split, Blaze Stride, Fastfly VPN, Fast Fox VPN, Fast Line VPN. So there's a bunch of those. So I would suggest for people to really run through and take a look on this list and see if one of those people installs a lot of stuff and that random crap from the Play Store, you may want to check.
Yep.
And make sure that you uninstall any of these applications, because you don't need this stuff running and using your device. Yeah.
In most VPNs, I'm not promoting anything, but I'm just using Nord, which I have as an example. You can have 5 people, basically 5 different people on that. So, if you don't want to spend it out, dish it out to your buddies. Here you go. Here's a username, password, all put in, and that's an option too to make it even.
Split the cost, and that way it's
exactly
50 cents a piece a month.
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, there are options out there. So I just.
Yeah, you're right. That is a good option, is to split the cost with somebody else, because yes, you can have it at different locations. Now I do know that some of the VPNs started to crack down on some of that, but if you're a person that's looking to get a VPN, that's something you're going to want to probably research. See if you can share that your login with other people to get your costs down, because there are some.
And I'm not 100% sure. I know at one time it was 5 with Nord. They've maybe changed it.
It's still 5 with PIA as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
and it's not expensive. So if you're going to get a VPN, just pay for one. So don't use the free ones.
And watch a couple YouTube videos from tech people. But they're sponsored by VPN software. They'll always have a discount code where you get a few extra free months.
Yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I went to the service I did, because there's actually a server here in the state. It's not in the state I'm in. It's not far from my house. So even when I connect to it, I'm still almost getting a gig up and down, even connected with a VPN. So that's something else to consider.
Yeah, and again, I've got a VPN that I use once in a while, and a lot of times you can try it out before you buy it, or even if you try it and you find that there's no service doesn't work for you, that you can usually within a month cancel it. So do some research if you're going to do VPN, and stay away from the free ones. Just
get one. Everybody should have one.
Yeah,
it's silly not to have one.
Yeah. Hey, we talked about this last year when the NFL did the playoff game. You guys remember when the playoff games was on Paramount?
Yep.
There was a playoff game on Paramount, and I think it was you, Roger, that says this is the beginning. Yep. This ain't the last time we're going to see the NFL moving behind a paywall. So the NFL is going to have the Eagle season opener will be on a paid service, and they plan to have playoff games still is going to be in on a play service. I'm assuming it's going to be Paramount.
I'm gonna get the game the same place I always do.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's just for normal people out there. It's a coming attraction. Any way they can find to suck more money out of people.
And there'll be a time when all games are behind paywalls, and it'll just be every now and then there'll be one on broadcast TV. And it'll just be a game.
Isn't like the Premier League or the Championship League one of those, if not both of them, in the UK, that you basically have to have a subscription to be able to watch those games?
Yep.
So that being one of the world's most popular sports, and you think that the NFL that isn't watching what they're doing and saying, our fans would do it. I mean, how much would you guys pay for? I should
Zero.
You're
Zero.
That's for the wrong crowd, Todd.
Yeah, wake up there, Sleeping Beauty. You're asking the wrong people.
The wrong guy.
We pay to watch because you already know the answer.
That's true. I wonder. Let me just say, if hypothetically, how much do you think people?
They're going to pay $20. They're going to pay $20 a game.
Yeah. A game? You think so?
Oh
no, $20 a game is
ticket. Oh, I don't think so. A ticket to get into a football game now is a couple $100. I don't see them blinking an eye to get $19.95 per game.
There's no way.
Are the hot dogs included?
No hot dogs. They're in your fridge.
No, there's no way. I would ever.
Well,
even if I was a real sports fan, would I say, okay, I'm gonna hand you guys $20 for me to watch?
It's 2 candy bars. It's nothing.
No, listen, that's the problem. You can't. We're already dealing with $8 for a hot dog at a goddamn game. You think I want to give you $20 on top of that?
I don't think you get one for $8.
Listen, no.
Well, think about this. All right,
let's
use example for the NFL ticket. That was $350 if you had YouTube TV.
Yep.
If you chose not to have YouTube TV, it was $450.
Mm-hmm.
So we already see what they're saying that NFL is worth per person. I mean,
maybe
I can't imagine. I can't
see him charging under $14.95. I really cannot.
Will that be per game or per week?
Yeah, per week.
Per game. Yeah, well.
So that's $60 a month. So so roughly $60 a month. How many months do we have?
That's $360. 6 months of service. 6 months season. I don't see him charging less than that. I really don't.
Well, people are going to pay it to free NFL.
They will.
They will. People want to.
Well, in this article, it talks about where is that critical that limit that people are at. And at this article thinks that a lot like what Roger and Beach are saying, to think that this limit has not been met yet. And Roger Goodell is going to continue to keep trying to pull as much as he can until it starts to get a pullback, people not paying it. So it sucks that these games are going to be, again, right now we're talking that's all right. Let's say 2 years ago, there was no games that were on a paid service. Now it's going to be it was one game last year, one playoff game. Now you're going to have 2 games this year.
Well, and every Thursday night game.
Well, Thursday night. Yeah, you're
Prime.
right. That's Prime.
Yeah.
So that's already behind a paywall there. And remember how bad the quality was for the playoff game for them.
Horrible.
That Paramount, that playoff
all
game,
kind of issues.
Terrible for the people that paid for that service to watch the game. Had a very poor experience.
Mhm.
Some of us didn't have really bad experience.
No.
Okay, I mean the picture wasn't great, but I still got to watch all the game. But
Yeah.
Right.
but for those people that were paying for Paramount Plus, we're like, hey, not a good experience. So
And
it
put
is
and put it this way: once the NFL starts pulling this, and if they can get
Mhm.
away with it, college
Basketball.
college football will be right there next, because college football is just as popular, if not more popular,
More.
than the
Yeah.
NFL.
Especially if they have to start paying those kids.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yep.
they've already got that. What that
Yeah.
started this year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it this year with the likeness?
NIL. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you've got it. It goes back to the most expensive channel on your cable package is
Mhm.
ESPN. It's like 4 times
But-
more expensive than any. I want to say it was $12. The last thing we saw was like $12 a month per person for cable or satellite TV to have ESPN alone. Just
Whether
ESPN.
whether it's ever turned
Yeah.
on in your house or
Yeah.
not.
Right. Well,
But there's talk about that in the not too distant future of just ESPN being just an online streaming app.
Mhm.
You know, just like Disney Plus, that they're basically it's just going to be on demand sports.
Yeah, and
But-
we have the
so-
and you got the pushback from the NFL because the NFL has these so is the baseball and all the major sports have a lock on television broadcasting rights. So
Yep.
it's right now there was a lot of not sure how that standalone ESPN package, because remember they're going to be with Paramount. What's it? Paramount Plus, Fox, ESPN, and somebody else was again talking about a merge of of having this online. It was going to be this year, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to release it and be able to watch all the games. So you wouldn't even have to have cable TV. You could watch all your sports. And we know people that are sports fans will pay it. I mean, people pay for that MSG.
Yeah.
You know,
you guys are gonna bring out the grumpy guy in me now. What's gonna happen to the Olympics?
Oh, they'll be paywalled. They'll be paywalled.
but that's every other year.
4 years, every
Yep.
4 years.
No, well, it's every 4,
No,
but it's
well-
every other because you got summer,
Yeah,
2 years
yeah.
later, the
Okay.
winter, and vice versa.
But I love watching the Olympics, and if I didn't have how I watch TV now, there'd be no way I would pay for it.
Like
Well,
NBC is still going to cover some Olympic games,
I
but
I
all the-
understand
all the
that, but
big
stuff-
I would not pay for it.
But here's the thing with the Olympics, that using the sources that we have,
Yeah.
if you're watching the Olympics on NBC,
Mhm.
you're screwed. You need to be watching it on like BBC, someplace
Right.
6 hours ahead. Now this
Right.
year's Summer Olympics is in Paris,
Mhm.
so they're 6 hours ahead. So basically, you can watch the live stream of it
Right.
via BBC.
Mhm.
And screw Peacock, because there's so much
Yeah.
ad junk you got to go through.
Yeah.
Yes, you can watch it on the Peacock app, but there is a ton of crap that you got to go through before you can get to it. Because I tried Peacock and I was like, my other sources worked better.
Yep.
Well, because didn't they do it with the Olympics a little bit like they did the NCAA basketball? So it would be the different channels that NBC owned, because wasn't it? It wasn't.
No, there was an Olympic channel.
It was the Olympic, but they also had it like on.
They had like a special network for
Yeah.
a little bit, like the Gold Network or something crazy.
But they had it like
that.
on other channels that and I don't want Court TV or something. It wasn't Court TV though. But it was
Oh,
a
okay.
couple other channels were
Owned by
showing.
NBC.
Yeah, that the NBC owns. They were showing it during the day, and a lot of times you could watch it live because being last Olympics, we were so many hours behind it that it was always tape delayed. NBC in the evening, you were watching what had already happened hours and hours.
Right.
But
Right.
you could watch it on, as Beach said, you could watch it on some of the other international channels. Or, I think that we're going to see them charging for all of the sports. You know, I know for people like my sister and I know like Blue or people that don't care about sports, they're like, oh, that's not a big deal. But we're talking.
It is a big deal.
I enjoy sports. It just, it's just more. It's more to come, and they're going to. Everybody thinks that cutting the cord and saving money and all these different ways. The cable companies / satellite the broadcasters are just. They'll just kind of keep turning the ships to figure out how to bring in that money back in, and they're not going to lose. So it's kind of a sad thing, but you know.
Yeah, which
get knowledgeable.
Sucks for people who are on a tight budget and they rely on OTA to watch sports because
they're going to pay all that too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Here in the not too distant future, you probably won't be able to watch any live sports via OTA.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Tyler the tech guy? Wasn't he just talking about that? He's been on and off about that. Even the local over the air, which is supposed to be free. Because wasn't that part of legislation back in the 50s or whatever that they had to offer free over the air to everybody? Now
it's part of their license.
Yeah, but now that it's digital over the air, and we went to what's it, ATSC 3.0.
Yeah,
and it became digital, became 4K quality, all this kind of stuff.
Now they can encrypt their signals.
Yep. So now they're able to actually lock stuff down more. So, yeah, for those people that don't, I would say that it's mostly who's getting screwed the most is going to be your elderly people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your elderly people, or your people that aren't as smart, or your poor people. Again, well, I guess in our society, that's who gets screwed every time. It doesn't matter, because that's what's, you know. They don't know any better, so they'll just pay it. Well, we'll stick. You know, that's bad news, but you know, it's a reason to become knowledgeable in what you watch and how you watch and how you get your content. On this show, we try to talk about it, dance around things because we have to be careful of what we say on YouTube. You know, we can't name names and be outright because we've seen that things get shut down for that. So if you're a person that's trying to stay knowledgeable, you got to stay knowledgeable. You're going to have to read more, watch more videos, join our Telegram group and ask questions where we're able to answer questions. You know, you're going to need to stay on the know, especially for movies and TV. We've kind of been doing that, but now it's all moving to live because the cost from broadcasters is becoming so high for live content. So get knowledgeable, folks, because if not, you're going to pay with your wallet. You're going to pay every single month. So, this was, I forgot
that damn thing.
Yeah, you and this. Well, hold on a second. I'm just going to do a search for it.
Okay.
So this one was close to your heart, Aubyn. Those Plex removing VR.
Yeah.
Let's get. Yeah, here I go. There we go. So, because I had a link, but it was a link that my browser I didn't give I'm wanting to block since I got my ad blocker, I didn't like it. So we got here with the Plex VR supporting of being able to install the app. Now, I never installed Plex onto my Oculus.
Well, they used to have an app that you can run on the Oculus, but it's not there anymore.
Yep.
That's already been gone. But what they have been doing is, like a lot of the other pay apps, like Netflix and stuff like that, I don't think people can use it in big screen anymore, if I remember correctly.
If you use it via a browser, though.
Right. But they're putting a block on it.
Did you guys watch that thing that I
No.
posted, the video? You can still access it via DNLA in
Okay.
your headset. So no harm, no foul, actually.
Right.
You just have to know how to use the DNLA.
Okay. Yeah, I could see using DLNA. But I'm talking about for other people that are no, but where are you watching it through? Through using
in your headset?
In the headset? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah, but there is an app basically called, I believe it's called Skybox. I've played around with it on mine, where basically you can access your files via the network. Like I'm able to go in there, access all my Plex external hard drives and watch anything I want. Like if it was big screen.
Okay.
I can pull the files out individually, and basically, I mean, the bad thing about it is you can watch it by yourself. You can watch your own personal content, but you can't invite other people into it yourself.
I haven't checked. I'm not sure if DNLA is accessible through a big screen or not. We'd have to check. I would imagine
we'll have to
it
check
is.
that out. No,
but I mean,
you're not running that, because in big screen you're doing the remote desktop
into your computer. Yeah.
Right.
And we just remote desktop from our computer, and we pull up Plex.
Well, you can use your computer to DNLA, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's true. But even still, your computer could still just always still be able to see the files on your network.
Yeah,
that's not what the issue is. The issue would be being able to get your headset to see them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would work. I'm almost positive it will work.
Okay.
So I found the for Lion TV. He's got this is the video that Roger had posted in our group about how to do a DLNA, how to set that up so that you'd be able to access your Plex media files that are in your home on your Oculus set. You're able to share that. And this here, Skybox, this is what Beach was talking about, which is a player. Now, this has a cost to it, didn't it?
Yes.
When this came out, it cost something, I thought.
Yeah, it's not very much. Got it from a source that we have.
Okay.
All
right. So you're able to use some of your skills. So yeah, I'm just curious how much they're retail for. Well, 12 Canadian.
Oh,
so probably $8.99.
US.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. One-time payment like that, who cares?
Yeah. One time, and once you have, you have.
See, I have no problem with one-time payment. I have problems when they keep telling me, "Oh, well, this is monthly." You know, it really irks me. It really does. You know.
So, Beach, have you used this app? I mean, how close to big screen? Like for us, who we've used big screen where we're in a room somewhat like this. It'll look kind of like this, more cartoony, but you're in a room like this with a theater and you're able to put it on the screen. So how?
Yeah, but it's not quite as showy as big screen as far as lobby choice and everything. And like I said, and from what I've found out, you're not able to invite other people into your room. Like if you want to,
not even in a call.
It's
when you call someone.
I played around with. I found it a couple weeks ago, and just poking around, I downloaded it. So, and basically, I was like, okay, this way I don't have to use remote desktop. I was able to connect directly to my network, pull up my Plex hard drives, and able to watch my content on my headset. Anything I wanted, I'm just browsing through the folder, click on it, and play.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't see anything on this in the literature where it says you can invite people either.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically,
Right.
it's a remote desktop kind of thing, because like with your Oculus, yes, we can remote desktop into your thing, and you can watch it by yourself. So it and remote desktop with the Oculus didn't really look great. It worked, but it wasn't a great picture. The way that the frame, I didn't like the way that was. So big screen was way better. But I get options.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
options.
like I said, that's an option.
All right. Let's see. We had another topic here, which was about GPUs. And I think this piggybacks a little bit off of what I know, Roger, we were talking last week about NVIDIA moving away from a lot of graphics cards and other chips, because they're making AI chips and they're making robotic chips. So this was an article talking about Intel's video cards, and Intel offering a way to update and to be able to update. So your video card would last longer because the updates were able to give you better performance just on an update. And in this article, it talks about how much the increase. Here is Detroit Becoming Human in Vulkan. Had a 172% average frame rate increase watching it in 4K. So for us that are using video cards in our video gaming, 170%
is incredible.
Increase is huge on just updating the software.
Right. It's just a software update. Just using the hardware that's already there better.
So it seems like Intel's on this, and Intel is one of the cheaper cards right now.
Yeah. And
so
they're getting ready to drop their new series. It's going to be called Battle Mage this time. It's going to make these cards look silly. And really, this is NVIDIA's not gonna make video cards anymore, low end video cards anymore. These guys, Intel's gonna make them, AMD's gonna make them.
Yeah. So we have Battle Mage, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's in here. Okay,
that card is coming. And so let me take a look. Let's see if it'll pull up. I thought I had here. So this was on budget prices. This article takes us to some budget. Best. Let me see. Let me click on this best Intel. So I was just looking for the price. I'm getting curious, like what kind of price we're talking on this, because so $300.
That's Canadian.
Yeah, $300. Yeah, this is on the Canadian site. So $300, 8 gigabit graphics card. So that's cheap. Because I think most cards I look at.
For most gamers, that's going to be okay for 1080p gaming and some 1440p gaming. And see that price tag of $289, NVIDIA is not going to piss with $289 when they can make $20,000 chips. They're just not going to do it. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox on that. Sorry.
No, you're right. I'm an NVIDIA guy. I've had NVIDIA cards my whole life. But we're probably going to be priced out of this market. I mean, I've already been dragging my feet for a year now, trying to I need to get a video card, and I keep needing to get it, and I keep putting it off like, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. Because you remember video cards were crazy stupid.
Yeah. Well, they're going up again now.
They're going up again, yeah.
Right now they are, because they're starting to be able to mine with video cards again, which sucks. That's what happened. Yeah, so the high end ones are leaving quickly. So, and prices are going up.
Oh man! So, if you're looking look at some of these Intel cards, I've actually been really. It's caught my eye. I'm like, maybe that's where I need. I am surprised at 8 gigabit, because that's actually on the lower end for RAM for a video card. Most of the time we're seeing 12, 16s.
Well, the A750s, those were designed over 2 years ago, Todd. These are their last model of cards. So when Battle Mage comes out, which is soon, I'm going to say less than 45 days probably, maybe 60. They'll hit the market, and they'll have 16 gigs of RAM for starters. I would assume,
Mm-hmm.
which will be plenty.
Well, good thing is that they're cheaper than they were 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even if so, that is if you're looking to get a video card, that's a new card in the thing. And it's promising to see that just software updates are increasing frame rate so much. So maybe
Yeah.
And that's the third time they've done that with that card. They've released new drivers for it 3 times and had performance increase every time they've released a new driver for it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because usually it's like 10%, 20%.
Yeah.
Some games if they tweak a certain game.
Yeah, one physical game, it'll make changes generally, but this was different.
Yeah. All right. I guess it's about time for Aubyn's thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Hold on.
That was quick.
It is quick. Look at how we didn't have as much news this week, and I didn't see anybody asking questions over there.
Yeah, but it pays to take a nap.
Yeah, it says the old folks. I need a nap. So talk about this Lala AI.
I'm trying to remember.
This was one that broke apart.
I can't see.
Oh
yeah, that one separates the vocals from the music. We've done one. I've done one like this before, but this is a different one.
And this does a really good job.
It does a good job.
It does a really good job, but it's also really freaking expensive too.
Yeah, but it's by the amount of time, right?
I know.
Music
when
you put into it.
When you posted it, I played around with it. So I put one song in there to extract the vocals. I just wanted to hear the guitar part of the song. So since I didn't have an account, it gave me a 1 minute time limit as a free sample. But if I wanted to extract it for that one song, it was $40.
Wow!
Oh, man! Wow!
No, that's
I'm telling you.
I thought that they had it for what's the word I'm looking for? That it would, like, they gave you a certain amount of minutes on the account, and then whatever the amount of files that you put up there, and then that's what it would do. Wow!
I put in one song to extract it. It did a great job, and it was, like I said, gave me the option of free for like a minute, and if I wanted the whole song, they wanted to charge me $40.
Okay, what's that then right
there? There you go.
What is that? So, what was that, like 35? So does it say minutes or something, or
500 minutes?
Number of minutes.
$35.
Yeah. So I thought it would give you, your account has 500 minutes, and you would put the song in, and it would use up how many minutes of the song. That's what it would take off on you.
But I'm just saying, I didn't sign up.
Right, you didn't sign up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but still, like anything, one-time fee, they want to charge me $35. I wasn't going to spend $35 to play around with it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I thought was people could use this for is karaoke.
Oh yeah.
Because I put a song in and just to test it, and it broke down the instrumental, the vocals. Yeah. And it's, even with my headset on, I could kind of barely hear the vocals on the instrumental part of the song. Mm-hmm. But it did a really good job without you having to get a karaoke. And I was amazed. I had it set to pull the drum out.
Exactly.
It was, I mean, that's all you heard was the drum. Or as we saw it, you have options of what instrument do you want to hear.
Right.
I don't know how it does it, but it pulls it out. It's not perfect.
Now,
it's pretty damn good.
I thought if you were somebody who was trying to learn a song, it'd be a good example. Like if I was still doing live music, then that would probably be something I could rip a song out I wanted to learn. and learn that part of what I've ripped.
Yep.
So yeah, it works well.
If you ask it to pull the percussion track out, is it smart enough to know that cowbell is part of percussion?
I don't know. It gives you all kind of options. And I did not see cowbell.
I don't see cowbell in here. I would assume it's part of the drums.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of instruments in percussion, a lot of sounds that you can.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Roger. Play around later. I'll stick Mississippi Queen in.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good example.
Hey, as long as it's not Beyonce.
You know those rain sticks. That's percussion. Would it pull that out? You know.
It is. I was really shocked on how well it sounded on the little sample I did, and we can't play it again. You can't play music on YouTube. You'll get dinged right away. But
how do they get by with it in the shorts? Because every short has music in it.
Yeah.
Because all the money goes to whoever did the song. So if like they do a video, YouTube will send a thing saying, okay, they'll monetize the video, which I should say YouTube monetizes all videos now, even if the person that makes the video doesn't get the money. YouTube puts the ads so YouTube gets their money, they get their ads.
But those rules don't seem to apply to shorts.
Yeah, I don't know. I know even when we've done previews, remember when we've done preview videos, and I would get a thing saying, okay, that was somebody's content for a preview. And I don't know how they get around that. I guess I'm not smart enough of a YouTuber to know how to escape that pay part. But it is interesting, a neat application. The link is down for La AI. So if you guys want to check that out, let's see. I had
There's another one.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, I grabbed the wrong link. I had it.
Yeah, I'll send it back to you.
No, I had it.
You got it? Okay.
I have it, when I copied that URL for the website, it took it away because I had it.
Oh, it's in the side there for you.
I just gotta paste this here. Getting old. So, talk about this website.
This one I like because it gives all kinds of information about us and our ages. So like if you if you want to put your birthday or make up a birthday and put it in there.
I'm gonna make one up. I'm gonna make one up, but I'm gonna make one up. We're gonna say, how about we'll do December 1st, and we'll do it our year.
Okay.
We'll do it our year, so at least it'll be close for a few of us.
Thanks.
But it's be past you, Eddie. All right.
I know, right? We could use Eddie's, and then we'll see, when Jesus Christ was born.
And light bulb was invented.
Yeah.
Telegraph phased out.
Yeah.
You might want to make that bigger.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Silent movies.
There you go. So you see there, what they're doing is they're taking. Who was that there? What's that person's first name there?
Cheryl Lloyd or Cher Lloyd.
Okay, and who?
Jake Austin.
Okay, and that would be their age would be equal to you.
Half. Oh yeah, both of them together.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, both of them together equals your age.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Right.
20,000 days old.
Yeah.
We are old.
20,000 days old.
Yeah.
Like I had never considered
down.
some of the time frames that they list on here. I had never considered some of these.
Right. Yeah.
Like, who knew our hearts had beaten 2 billion times?
Yeah.
And it's still going.
Right.
still going.
Thank goodness. Yep.
Okay, just To answer Roger's earlier question, I just ran Mississippi Queen through La La La, and it included the cowbell with the drum.
Yeah, awesome. It's
So you
smart.
got drums and cowbells.
Nice.
Oh my
There you
gosh.
go, ladies and gentlemen. We're working for you.
Yeah. Answering them questions. All right. So, yeah. And I thought this was an interesting fact. When you were born, there was 3.5 billion people on the earth. Now it's almost 8 billion.
Yep.
Just
That's
in our
crazy.
lifetime. So it's double.
That's crazy.
More than double
Yeah.
just in our lifetime. The number of people on the planet.
You guys got to quit fucking.
Yeah. Now
Well-
it also has some other thing in there that you can open up.
Like-
It's in here, yeah, like with those hyperlinks there. And what are those? No, that's not the one.
Hey, don't feel bad.
Oh,
If
I
we
gotta
put
open
Eddie's age in there and say you were born when there were only 3 continents.
This is a neat part in this one. It says in your past, so it tells you.
Yeah, those you can open up. Those.
Yeah, you can. Here's a song. This song was out. It said, yeah, March 1st, in 1968. You were 3 months old when Elton John released the songs. I've been loving you. Planet of the Apes was released.
That would surprise me.
Yeah. You were 4 months old when the Planet of the Apes was released in the theaters.
That was great. That was great.
Martin Luther King was shot when you're 4 months old.
Yep.
So when we think about history and you think, I was alive when that actually happened. And you know, think about it. When Neil Armstrong allegedly was on the moon.
Yeah, right.
I had to say that. Allegedly. Let's see, Vietnam War.
Do you guys remember when the Vietnam War? You remember 75 when Saigon fell?
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I do remember it.
I do
Well,
remember.
I figured you did.
I didn't want to watch it because it was on the news, and at that age we didn't want to watch the news, but that's what was going on.
I remember watching it on the news, eating dinner with my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a different thing
Here
for
in
you,
Walter
Ed, because
Cronkite.
you were old enough to fight in that stupid war. We were just kids.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you think Eddie felt reading a telegram that Lincoln was shot?
I was on the Titanic.
You hit those other blue things there, those other links underneath. Yeah.
So
it
during also it's so yeah,
and it gives you even more stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that.
Yeah. It's a neat site,
the Falkland Islands when you were 14 years old.
I remember that.
Yeah.
E.T. was at the was at the movie theaters, 14 years old when that happened.
Is it bad that I made out like a man during E.T.?
Making out at 14, you're over there.
Yeah. LaDonna Unkin. Hey, LaDonna, how you been?
How you been? Mario Brothers, the platform game, was published and developed by Nintendo when you were 15 years old. Probably it wasn't here yet, but this would have been in Japan.
No, wait, what year was that? They said
83.
How old was
83.
Yeah, that was. It was.
Well, maybe the arcade version.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Nintendo. It wasn't at home at that time.
No, not at home. No.
I was out of.
But I lived in the arcade at that time.
Yeah,
you know,
you and me both.
Yeah.
So this is a neat thing. Just I think it's just a food for thought. Interesting. When you look at what history that you may have lived through that you don't think about.
Print it out and give it to the kids.
When
they freaking ask you for something.
Yeah. What they say
This is what I had.
When you say, "Can you go get me a drink?" and they're like, really? I'm 20,000 days old. 20,000. Go get me a damn drink.
Did you ever get it?
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me my drink.
Yeah, but we're at the age now where back in our day, if you spent $5 and went to McDonald's, you left with a stomachache because you ate so much.
A sack
And
of food.
change.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nowadays, you'd be lucky if you get a Big Mac.
And your mouth
I could barely go into a pizza joint.
right.
You know,
Your mouth would have been really sore because you ate a molten lava cherry pie.
Oh god, yeah.
Mhm.
Hold on a second. Before we jump into doing the spinning the wheel, I was going to
let me
mention
put up the.
Kodi released a video. He put out a Raspberry Pi 5 image, and I was going to grab. Let me grab his thing. So if you guys are having a Raspberry Pi 5, he released it out on his Patreon group, and it looks really good. The thing looks really good. The build looks really nice. And
with how much those are now, the Raspberry Pi 5s, I'm not sure that I can tell somebody to buy one and not buy that NUC that you got instead, Todd.
No, I was actually going to mention that once I'm done talking about this, I was going to let you know where I kind of fell with that. I'm going to pause this video here. So check out this video if you have a Raspberry Pi 5, and he released 3 images on this. He did the Pi 5, the orange Pi, the regular Raspberry 5, and there's another Pi. I can't remember. What was it? So the Raspberry Pi 5, the orange Pi, and orange Pi 0. He released 3 images to run, and a 512 gig setup. Did a really nice job. He tweaks out all the games, so it's pretty much plug and play. You download the image, you stick it on an SD card, you put it into or an SSD drive, and you're running with this. So if you have a Raspberry Pi, check this video out. Check out this. Maybe join his Patreon and get this set up. There's not a lot of Raspberry Pi 5 images out yet. There is a handful, but he's really done a lot of tweaking. I've talked to him, and even when he was on the show, he was talking about for months tweaking the PlayStation 2 games. So yeah, so check this out if you have that. For me, with my Lark box, and I'm going to go to Newegg here for a second so that people know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to do it newegg.com because then they'll see the price of what it is there. Stay in the US. Let's see if they went up. They were still on sale last time I looked. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's still on sale, $149.
And by the time you buy a Raspberry Pi and everything you need to run it, you're over that. That price right there.
Well, especially when you talk about you're going to need 500. This gives you 512 gigs of storage. So let's just say you're using a micro SD card that's 512. What's that? $60, $50?
Yep.
Just for it.
Yep.
The case for the Raspberry Pi 5, the Raspberry Pi 5,
$20.
And he did. This has 12 gigs of RAM.
Right.
So I think the top end Raspberry Pi is 8 gigs. So, this comes with an operating system already. It's got Windows on it, which is good and bad. Good because it's easy to set up. Does take Windows 11. Oh my God, it took hours for Windows 11 to update all the stuff it needed to update, and then it was like Amazon. It was like in a Fire Stick when you get a brand new Fire Stick.
Yeah.
But I can run so much stuff. I put Emulation Station Desktop Edition on my on this box. I put it on there. I've loaded 400 gigs of games on this. It runs most games brilliantly, and I'm not talking low end games. So we're talking PlayStation 2, Wii, GameCube, the higher end emulators, not the low end that are going to run on everything. Those run pretty good. I have to actually look for PlayStation 2. There was things like Takedown 3, where it was a little bit of a struggle with this. I had to pull the graphics back, but it was playable. Need for Speed Underground 2. Had to pull the graphics back a little bit, but to get it to run smooth. Tekken 5, pull the graphics back a little bit to get it to run fine. But it ran good enough that somebody that came in and played it, they would never know that I had turned back the graphics a little bit, quality-wise, to get it to play smooth. So when I was talking to Kyodaiken last night, he was one of the people I was messaging while I was watching the game, and he was like talking about Batacera, and I was thinking, a lot of people will put Batacera on one of these devices. I put Batacera on an SD card, a micro SD. So a little bitty micro SD card. I put it in my USB 3.2 dongle, put it in here. So I put the Batacera on there. I can run every single game so far without any tweaks.
Wow.
Every game. And what's nice about it is it basically gives me a dual boot without forcing myself to lose Windows. So if I want to use Kodi or any of the other, because it's a desktop, and we use it for Kodi. All I have to do is when I boot up, just don't have that SD card in there.
Right.
If I want to boot up into Batacera, I just have the SD card. When it boots up, it goes through there. And running it that way, it ran beautifully. Almost no tweaks. When I ran it on Emulation Station as off of an install on top of Windows, I had to do some tweaks. And that's because when you're running Batacera, there's no Windows. So all the processes that Windows is using when you do Batacera, those resources are free now. So it runs so much smoother. So I've basically got to take everything that I had on my Emulation Station setup, and I'm going to have to set it up on a 512 gig on the 512, put all those games onto that little micro SD. So if you're wanting a gaming device / Kodi box, this is it. This works brilliantly. The only downside is I can't run TV Mate.
Yeah.
I even on BlueStacks, it runs for shit. It just doesn't run good. So I'm stuck with Smarters.
I have to try LD Player, see if it runs.
The what?
Yeah.
How about Smart?
LD Player.
LD Player.
Is that an APK or is that so? That
It's a Android
BlueStack
emulator like BlueStacks, but it's not as resource intensive as BlueStacks.
Yeah, I just found that BlueStacks and the TV Mate was just not running smooth. I was getting buffering. The picture didn't look as good. It was if I did one screen, I could have done it right. But you know us. I'm having 2 or 3 games when we were watching the basketball games. And so I expected to. So I ended up rolling back to Smarters. I use Smarters, the APK, because you can run Android on Windows 11. It's not perfect, but it does run. So I installed that Pac-Man module or whatever it is. So I installed it as an APK. When I use Smarters, I'm not using BlueStacks.
Okay.
So I might have to check out that. So they want to go ahead and we'll get the spin the wheel and we're going to get started on our regular show because now I'm done been talking to
where Andrew is.
He said he'd be late. He said he's going to be late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He said that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted him the link. And
he'll be here when he said it would be about half past by the time he gets here.
All right. So is this going to be next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do this next week.
You want to read them off?
Yep. So we got Swiss Army Man. So that's still on there?
I haven't changed it. I'd like you guys to watch it.
All right. One Life, Poor Things, Flora and Son.
Yeah.
Flora and Son, Rustin and Story Avenue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I don't even know what they are. All right. So it's spin the wheel. This was what we're going to be forced to watch next week. So the wheel of crap. Let's spin it. See who we blame.
Come on, purple. Come on, purple. Come on, purple.
Nope.
Nope. Come on, purple.
Damn it.
Oh, we get to watch this thing. Oh, so someone can explain it all to me.
Good. I've been wanting to watch this. I'm glad it got picked.
Whose pick is this?
It was mine.
Todd's.
Yours?
It was
All right.
mine. I watched it. So
I think everyone's watched
artsy
it.
fartsy. This is artsy fartsy. So I'm hoping that Roger will be able to explain some of this, and then
I'm interested in
I
her
don't know.
boobies. I'm just interested in her boobies. That's all.
you get to see them.
Yeah.
See everything.
That and more.
Yeah. So let me pull that up for you guys. So next week's movie.
14.
Four things. So this is the movie,
And that was your pick, Todd?
yeah. It's
Okay.
it's not a bad movie.
I know. I saw it. I
It's
saw
kind
it
of
already.
You're just kind of, there's a number of parts you're like, huh?
It's just weird. I mean,
It is a weird movie, and I would love to hear everybody's opinions on this. So this is a new movie, been out. What we've had this has been for everyone to watch.
Probably been a month or so.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing, I'm not a big spoiler, but whoever the person was who came up with the combination of the creatures they created is, you know what I'm talking.
Yes.
They've got their mind is more twisted than mine. I mean, to stick these. I mean, whoever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this is what we'll have to watch next week. So, you guys, for Player Pass, this is what we're going to watch. So, check it out. I mean, it's not a bad movie, in my opinion. Not everyone's going to like it. So, I guess does that sound like I'm saying two different things? I don't think everyone will like it, but it's not a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's going to be so for this week. So this week, what do we have that we got to watch?
Damsel.
Damsel.
And while we're talking about Damsel, you can go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me there, because I watched it actually this morning. This is when we watched it. Yeah, I watched it just a minute ago. So let me go ahead and throw our intro for this part here. The little quick 10-second or little 8-second here. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we're at Player Pass Access. So Damsel, which is 2024 movie. You guys on the side chat chime in with your thoughts of this as well. And at this time, we're going to open it up to the panel to talk about what they liked and didn't like about this movie. And if you guys are on the side chat and you want to join the panel live, you can join. This panel is open for anyone that wants to join and share their thoughts on the movies that we have to watch.
Whose choice was this? Was this Andrew's choice?
Andrew.
Yeah, that's why he's late. He doesn't want to hear us bitching about it. Although I did, he watched it. He watched it with Andrew, Roger, Aubyn, myself. We watched this in big screen last night along with Leon, and not some other.
Quick.
Yeah, Quick was there. So yeah, I'm going first. What drove me freaking crazy was if you were sitting there watching this movie and say somebody was in the other room, they would come in and they would want to know, one, are you watching women's tennis or girl-on-girl porn? Because from 35 minutes into basically an hour and 5 minutes, all you heard is screaming. Just, I mean, come on. It's like, here's the script. The first 12 pages, you have 18 lines of dialogue. On pages 13 through 55, it's just grunt, groan, scream. So that drove me freaking crazy. It drove me crazy. And I mean, at the end, I'm waiting for her to start calling her Mother of Dragons, or Khaleesi.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So, was it horrible? No. Was it great? No.
No.
The best actor in the movie was the freaking dragon.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, here's, like when we started picking new movies, you threw out a threshold. They all should be 6.5. Mm-hmm. Can I make a suggestion that they can no longer be freaking Netflix movies? Because I swear to God, we were talking about it last night when we were big screen. It's like we were trying to list the Netflix movies that we watched for Player Pass, and I was like, I can only think of one that was good. It was that Ryan Reynolds movie where he was a time traveler and he went back, and it's like I thought that one was good. I don't think there's been a decent Netflix movie that we have watched that comes to my mind. So there you go.
I remember
not a fan of it. I was shocked that Roger gave it a play. He must have had some extra fluid in his veins last night, to give it a play.
Well,
Jesus.
I gave it a play because I know I play Dungeons and Dragons, and I know people that I could recommend it to.
Oh,
okay. You're one of them.
Going for the geek vote.
Yeah, our deal is if you can recommend it to people.
Yeah. No. That's our thing.
Yep.
That's our thing.
Okay, for me, I agree with Beach at the beginning. It really, it was kind of strange. But what really got me was when she's down in the grotto. They threw her down into the big hole, and she wakes up. She's running around all over the place, and all of a sudden she comes to a wall where all the names are on there. Mm-hmm. And she says, "Oh, okay, a lot of people were there." So she's running around again. Then she comes back and she finds a map on the wall. Now I'm wondering, how did the map get on the wall? If somebody drew a map on the wall, maybe the person that got out didn't come back to put the map on the wall.
Yeah, you had to come back. I thought the same thing. I thought they got out, but then they came back to draw how you get out.
You got to get out. That was ridiculous. And then another thing that really got to me was the dragon. When I seen the dragon, I says, this is it must have been a rental from a House of Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
He must have rented it to get it into the movie. That's for me. I didn't really like it.
I'll go. You guys know I normally always like everything.
Just about.
And this week I said, you know what? I'm going to watch a movie, and I'm going to go by whether or not I can, actually tell someone else to watch this. I can't tell anyone to watch this. It was pretty bad, and I have really low standards when it comes to movies. Really low. I didn't know whether it was because they took this movie and they decided, oh, well, we're going to make this woman empowerment or something, you know what I mean? That, or because they had a little bit of everything in there, be racist against, Angela Bassett there, or
know your role. Yeah.
Yeah, know your role. And I just didn't like it. The story could have been good, but it just all reminded me too much of Game of Thrones. Seeing all these people wearing all that red, I'm like, oh, what are we gonna have? A red wedding? I was just like, it just didn't do it for me. That's it for me. I thought I was expecting more. At least even at the end with the dragon, burning down the whole castle. You know what I mean? That was a hooked up castle. The whole family could have moved there. Into that,
And it takes hot fire to melt stone.
Yeah.
Well, he had lava breath because remember when she's running from the lava and falls and still doesn't get caught by the lava.
Doesn't get burnt, right? right?
the lava's flowing like this, and she falls, and I was like, oh, she's gonna get burned up. No, she has time to get up and still run. I mean, it was kind of funny in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, how many women did they have to sacrifice? 3 women?
3 generations.
No,
Yeah, 3 generations.
Okay, how come the dude who was marrying the Damsel? How come they didn't throw his mother into the hole?
Well,
It's a generation.
yeah.
She put it this way, his mother got lucky. She was wife number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
She knows what happened to the 3 that were before her.
Look at all these pictures of her.
That was really sexual. That whole scene was very sexual.
Yeah.
And at least you know that she takes that stuff there to put on it those lava larvae things to stop the cuts or whatever.
Yeah.
And she heals the dragon with it, and then the dragon still burns this whole place down. That those things.
But he didn't burn her down. He burned because she done narked on the family. Remember, she said, "Hey, they've been lying to you, bro.
They've been lying to you. Hey, you blame her?
No.
You know? I like the dragon though. The dragon was
pretty
neat.
Cool.
You know,
it was
pretty neat. When it was gonna blow its flames, you see everything light up. You know.
Yeah, but don't forget it was the rental, right?
Yeah.
For me, I didn't hate the movie. I can't say that I didn't like the movie. What bothered me was her accent. Now, she's the girl or the young lady from Stranger Things, because that's what when Blue was watching it, because she'd already seen it. So she watched it the second time with me. And I said,
she's British.
Did her accent sound right in the movie? It was like she was try hard.
It's because you're used to seeing her with an American accent, but she's actually British. That's how she talks.
That is not how she talks.
She sounds the same as
a little bit more fantasy.
In her Sherlock Holmes movie. She sounds the same too, Todd.
All right. Well, I don't like the way she sounds, so I'm prejudiced. I want the American voice.
You're prejudiced of how someone talks.
All
people. Of all people. Really?
It was, to me, it was hard for me to. I felt like, so I didn't know she was British. So that did seem, her voice kind of was odd. But the dragon was the best thing of it. Angela Bassett. Could she have acted any worse? Stepmother.
Horrible.
Stepmother. They don't have a name for her. They don't call her mom or Sue. Stepmother. Hello, stepmother. I mean, you could play a drinking game, and every time they say stepmother, you got to do a shot, because that bugged me all the time with the stepmother thing. But not a horrible. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's just maybe it's not my genre. It's not my feel, and her real life accent bothered me. So I need her to use a fake accent. The dragon was the best part. I thought that the dragon, I should say her, because the dragon was a female, with her personality. I loved the dragon, and I thought the same thing at the very end. When they do the thing where it's the dragon, this part here, which walking the bridge and the things, and then they get on the boat, and I'm like, oh, is this the beginning of House of Dragons? Because it makes you think of that the dragon's flying as she's taking the ship back to her land. So I don't know. I mean, the acting felt really weird, and Angela Bassett, I swear that's the worst I've ever seen somebody her to act.
Robin Wright as well. She was pretty bad as well.
Yeah.
It was. Was she the queen?
Yeah.
She was the queen.
Yeah, she was again very. It was cringy. So I don't know. Angela gets stabbed in the side. You think she's dying, but no, she rides a horse out to the damn mountain. I'm like,
Yep.
wait a minute. She just got stabbed right in the side in her gut, but she rides a horse and then still lives because she's still at the end of the movie. I'm like, wait, why didn't she die? I mean, did somebody?
She had her own little private stash of those little glow in the dark.
Those
you know, that
glow,
nobody
the
knew about.
glowworms.
Yeah,
The glowworms. Yeah, those were those healing worms. So I don't know. When Blue watched it today, she says it wasn't as bad this time. She liked it better today than she did the first time because she watched it the first week it came out during. I think we were doing Player Pass when she first watched it.
Well, maybe she should come on the show.
No,
And
she gave it a play.
Yep.
Which shocked me.
Yeah.
I was when I was going through the list and I saw she gave it a play.
Yeah, she said a 6 point. When she watched it the first time, she said about a 6.5. She says, "I'll give it a 6.5. It's not bad." But then today she was like, oh, "Okay, that wasn't so bad." And me, I'm just kind of, I don't know. The acting just was. It kept that. The acting part was. I just felt like everybody was so cardboard.
Well, I mean, her father that sold her, for, all gold. I thought he did a good job. And like I said, him and the fucking dragon were the best actors in the whole movie.
I agree, Dave.
I thought.
Yeah.
So since she's able to figure out puzzles, is that the reason they stuck this into the movie? And then she drew that thing to the prince. Is that so? The instructions of getting out wasn't too hard. You go straight at the was it at the fork? Go straight, and then at the crystals go up. But she needed to know how to do maps and puzzles really good to be able to get out. And I'm thinking,
especially in the dark,
like really twisty turny, but they never made it like it was hard for her to get out. That she needed to have this special intelligence and these ability to get out of puzzles. I thought that was kind of like, you're stretching. You didn't even use this part, So I didn't know why they put this into the movie. Because they made point that she's good at puzzles and mazes, but it didn't look like she had a struggle down there in the cave with the dragon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just supposed to show you that she's an intelligent person. I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah. I thought they did that maybe to show that she's inept to get around, So yeah, the glowworms were pretty cool.
Did Andrew make it yet?
Yeah, he said he was going to. He was on his way.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't really like this movie a lot. I didn't hate this movie at all. I thought it was the best dragon ever. The dragon's voice was perfect for the dragon. The CGI on the dragon was great. The sets on this movie were incredible. The costuming was great. The acting was horrible for most of the cast. I like the same people that Dave liked. I like the dad, and I like the dragon. They both did an awesome job. Angela Bassett, this is the worst I've ever seen her in anything.
There've been some pretty bad episodes of 911.
I don't watch that.
Just keep that in mind, though. Okay.
We're gonna hear about her having. We're gonna start hearing about her losing her abilities, her cognitive abilities. It's coming. But go ahead.
But I think the CGI was done with a video game engine like I don't know, Unreal or something like that, because it just when some of the big scaping fantasy scenes that we've seen, of the hills and the mountains and hamlets and whatever, I'm 100% sure those were done with a video game engine because it just looked like you were playing like any cutscene in any video game that we've ever played. So I think that as time goes on, we'll see more and more special effects done like this because it's more cost effective like this, and it was pretty convincing if you ask me, because that dragon looked real most of the time.
The dragon was pretty cool.
As far as Millie Bobby Brown, she's extremely cute. And if she wasn't cute, her acting was really bad, really bad. I didn't have many problems with the overall story. Like I usually complain a lot about the script, but the script wasn't bad. Everything made sense in a fantasy type setting. But like I said, I play Dungeons and Dragons, so I know a lot of people that this is right up their alley, and they will enjoy it. That's about all I had.
We got to listen to Andrew. He's not on yet.
Yeah, he's not here yet.
He just got home.
Like, look at that shot. I think we were watching it. Somebody said the Eye of Sauron because it is kind of reminiscent of that shot of the Eye of Sauron. But that dragon was just pretty incredible, really.
Yeah, but the dragon was mainly all CGI, right?
Oh yeah, guaranteed it was 100%. I don't know if it was CGI or, well, I guess it's all CGI. I just don't know how they did the animation on it. I would assume it's from a video game engine type of deal because it sure looks like one.
I see Rise Above said that it's a B movie with AAA special effects.
Yeah.
Well, might as well send Quick a link to get in here because he was in there last night.
Yeah.
I'll send him
about
it. Paul says another movie on my list where I need to be shit faced to watch it.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. It's not a great movie.
Or high.
It's not a bad movie.
No.
It's a little long, and Dave's absolutely right. That near hour of grunting and screaming is a little hard to handle. But I don't know. She was the only actor in the film during that point. So other than talking to herself, I don't know how we're going to get any dialogue.
Yeah, and like plunging that gold knife into the rock so she could pull herself up. Stupid. Yeah, that works. But I mean, that was one thing because since I had already watched this and hearing when I watched this the first time by myself, that annoyed the crap out of me. But to hear all the other people that I was watching it with last night bitch about the same thing I did about the grunting and screaming and groaning was just freaking.
And as far as
good,
as far as fantasy goes, that knife being able to plunge into rock, that's so easily explainable had the writers just taken 2 minutes to write a little thing that the mom or the dad has given her an ancient family heirloom, a powerful magical dagger,
Yeah, exactly. Something that's all it takes, a little backstory on the magic knife.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was
that
just
the one she stuck in her titties?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I'm thinking when they did that, they're dressing her, right? And then they stick that knife there in her cleavage. And I'm thinking, what is she supposed to be having a bad night? This is her wedding night. I mean, who gives on your wedding night, say, well, here, go to your wedding, but here's a knife.
So that'll kill 20 minutes till Andrew gets it.
Just laziness on the writers. We're not including some backstory.
Well, I saw my sister in the side chat.
Yeah.
Here, so hey, she'll like this because it's got dragons in it. So my sister she'll definitely love this. All right,
she gave it a play.
All right. Did I hear Quick? Or there's Andrew.
Yeah.
I got him. All right. So Quick is here. Scott.
Yes.
So thoughts?
Oh, I thought it was beautiful. I'm getting feedback. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, we're not getting
we're not getting it here. Just mute your desktop.
Yeah, mute YouTube. Andrew, go ahead.
1 second. I've just popped the kettle on. I'll have to turn it off.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Apologies.
Yeah. You just pop the kettle on, so now you can get on
Pop the
top
kettle on.
of
I've
British
just popped the
accents.
kettle on for a spot of tea.
Yeah, everyone's running late today.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually didn't mind this. I think it's catered to her fans. So it is catered to a younger audience. Like what you guys were saying was we watched it in VR last night, and you are like a lot of the comments I was hearing were like, "Oh, it's more catered to like younger." Which I will say this though, I think I probably would enjoy this more if I watched this by myself because there was a little bit too much crosstalk going on, and it was distracting us from the movie. But I think it was okay for the length of what it was. It was decent. They got enough of the story in, and I liked the whole cave scene where she's like when she first goes in, and then she's trying to like she's making her way through, and the dragon's chasing her. I actually wish that bit was a little bit longer. So I like that. I like that kind of like whole like the dragon's trying to hunt her down, and she's like trying to get away and things like that, and she's finding out stuff about the people that were chucked in before her.
Right. At that point, it felt kind of like a horror movie.
Yeah, that's what you said, and I agreed. It was like kind of like a teen type horror, wasn't it? It wasn't like well, for a PG-13. I thought it was like quite. It was like on the cusp. But I did like that whole like dungeon, like the whole like underground scene and stuff like that. I did like that, and some of the imagery was really good. I do agree with what I have been listening on the way home, so I do agree with what Todd was saying. I think some of the acting, and I think Roger, you said it, the mother-in-law, the acting, the pretty not our best effort. I don't know what Todd's problem is with Millie Bobby Brown's actual real accent.
She needs to fix that.
Oh my gosh!
You know,
Get her to fix it on the next movie.
She's catching all kinds of hell because she's got an
I find
American
it funny
accent.
that I do find it funny that it was like kind of it was a period, sort of like a period piece where they're all talking like quite posh English, except for what you call him? Oh, the dad. What's his name? What's that actor called? Ray Winston.
Yeah.
He just always sounds like a gangster. He just always sounds like a London Cockney gangster. He just sounded no different here. But although he did an okay job, I think his parts were quite minimal, really.
It's not. He doesn't have a lot of parts.
Yeah, it was more about Millie, wasn't it? And I think she did okay. I think she did a good job, and I agree with Todd that the dragon was probably the best thing about it. I actually didn't realize, like from watching the trailers and stuff, I didn't realize the dragon was going to talk.
Yeah,
and I liked how it didn't show you the dragon for quite a lot of them, like for quite a bit at the start. And I think the whole cave scenes bit was good, and that it's just I don't know, it just like seemed a little bit rushed near the end, but it wasn't that bad. I was just getting put off a little bit by a lot of the crosstalk that was happening in the bloody
in your big screen
at the time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get them guys to shut up.
Well,
or go and start muting people. You can mute in that.
You can mute people.
Well, all right. Well, I've noticed every time I've been in there, I have noticed that Aubyn likes to do his own dialogue for some of the scenes.
Have you never been to the theater with a black person before?
I'm telling you, right? It's not, you know.
It's true. It does make some of the scenes more entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I didn't mind it. I think it just caters to her fans, which are like a younger audience at the minute.
Yeah.
She didn't do too bad and looked good in it. Everybody else was just kind of meh, but I think her and the dragon were the two. They were the main anyway, and they were the two best.
Yeah.
Performances in it. and the CGI for the dragon and stuff was like, it wasn't like what some other Netflix type movies you might expect. Like maybe the CGI might not be as great, but it's pretty decent for like not a massive blockbuster movie. It's good for a Netflix movie, and like it's like I think Roger said it at the end. He went, "It's a Netflix movie. It's what you get. It's like basically what you get.
Mm-hmm.
What you get is what's on the tin."
Yeah.
So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't overly fantastic. It's not going to win no like major awards or anything like that, but it wasn't terrible. And I definitely could find someone that would watch it. So
Yeah, me too. I agree with you, Andrew.
and I didn't mind the British accents either. I thought it was a nice change from all this redneck crap.
We're going to Deliverance. My next movie is Deliverance.
You sure got a pretty mouth, boy.
Have we done the wheel? Have you done the wheel already?
No,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, it's Poor Things.
Poor Things 1.
Poor Things. Oh, okay.
Todd's pick.
Yeah.
I want to hear what people got to say about that movie. So, but Scott, did Scott get his audio sorted out?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had the window open in the background. I'm sorry. I liked all the things everybody else liked. I thought the dragon was amazing. I said that, right off the bat. I was like, wow, this is incredible. The scenery was unbelievable. It was, like Roger said, it was almost like a amazing video game, even better than what we see in video games right now. And the dark, it was really dark. It was claustrophobic when you were in that cave. It was, and there's scenes where she's crawling through the tunnels and stuff, and you're holding your breath, and then it just cliff dives, and I still can't figure out if it was meant to be slapstick, because that prince was like something from Hot Shots Part 2 or Airplane. Millie Bobby Brown was so her acting was so over the top. It was like a joke. Like she turns into, somebody even said it when we were watching it, Xena Warrior Princess. That might have been some of Aubyn's talk. It was true though. It was absolutely true. It was there was a fine line there where it could have been this really good, exceptional movie, or it could have taken a nosedive. And I had asked, we never figured it out, but it seems like it was written during the writer's strike, because it was, I mean, look at the map that was drawn on the thing. I'm looking at that map, and the exit's on that map. And I'm like, did the person come back from the exit to draw the map? Like, there's a lot of plot armor, a lot of plot devices that just are way over the top. And I couldn't make sense. I couldn't reconcile that with the serious tone of the darkness and the dragon being done so well and so serious. That was difficult for me. So I passed.
Okay.
Okay, let's agree on something here. Okay, let's say it was written during the writer's strike. Okay, so in other words, it's written by a bunch of scabs, right?
Dang, you calling them out scabs. They're just trying to put food on the table, Eddie.
Yeah, I know. You're taking it away from my kids.
Yeah. Scabs. Yeah. The sun was it. But all right, have we gotten everybody to chime in on this?
Yeah, we did.
Classic movie. So we're gonna go ahead, and this is where we're going to give it a play or pass. So if you can recommend this to people in clear conscience, you would give it a play. So the both folks over here on our side chat, they can post a play or pass on that, and I'll run through the panel, and then we'll also cover the Telegram room. So I'll start with Scott. Play or pass for this movie?
It was just a pass. I couldn't in good conscience recommend it.
No.
All right. Let's see. Who else we got? Andrew. Play or pass for Damsel?
I'll give it a play, because I do know people with teenage kids that would watch it.
Okay. Let me write this. So I got play and I got pass. So we got 1 and 1. Oh, Roger, play or pass for this?
Like I said, I didn't dislike this movie. I didn't like this movie, but I do know people I could recommend it to, so I got to give it a play.
Okay, awesome. Eddie G, what do you think? Play or pass on Damsel?
Okay, how do you spell pass?
Yeah, because you never pass on a movie. You and Aubyn.
No.
All right, so you're gonna give that a pass. Gotcha. Aubyn, what you think, bud?
The pass for me.
Pass. Holy smokes, that's it.
Yeah. I would have enjoyed the story a lot better if it were done right. I think it's not. I don't think we have to blame this on a writer's strike. I think all of this falls on the director. Anything that's going to come out has to be the director's eyes, and the director must have had them shut, while he was doing this movie.
He was blindfolded.
The ending was a bit strange.
Yeah.
There were some continuity issues too. It just, and that's a good point, Aubyn, the director.
Yeah.
It is. It's the director's fault. This is when it's calls cut and allows whatever the editors do.
Yeah.
What
about you, Beach?
Pass. But I like the dragon.
The dragon was cool.
All right. So over in our side chat, we only got 2 people throwing. Tabby, what's her thoughts on this? I didn't see her vote. I saw. So
Well, your sister gave it a play.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah. Your sister gave it.
I'm not.
Play.
It has a dragon. She is all about some dragons. So 100%, I know that.
Wow.
If it's got a dragon in it.
It is a great dragon, the best dragon that's ever been on film. I'd say.
I agree. Yeah. Better than Dragonheart. Better than Reign of Fire. Better than even Game of Thrones dragons. All of them.
All right. So we got that. So from the panel and what we have here on the side, we've got 7-3. So how's the Telegram vote?
Telegram is 9 and 7.
9 plays.
9 plays, 7 passes.
7 passes.
Oh.
You need a calculator?
No. I go to school. I go to school. Well, this is going to fall here. All right. So, sorry.
2 in a row.
Sorry, Millie. Yeah. You couldn't save the rest of the acting crew. Maybe some of the other actors would have been a little bit better. Could have been a little bit more, but yeah. So we got.
Maybe if they use some of the dialogue that Dorman suggested, it would work.
Oh God!
Dragon would have ate all them, then I could have changed my vote.
So all right, so that's sad to see that was all of it ended up being I've got from my 15 to 10 on our votes, so 2/3, 1/3 on that.
Good movie for the panel, though. Good pick for the panel to discuss, and if 15-10 is a close pick, very good to discuss.
And it wasn't hard to watch like a lot of our ones that don't make the cut.
Yes,
are very hard to watch. This one you can at least set through.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
I think Netflix make a lot of movies like this where it's like it's kind of not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's like in the middle.
Yeah,
or
mediocre.
It's on the tip.
Like my comment earlier that we should ban Netflix movies as X.
Yeah, well.
No, we should have a wheel full of Netflix movies.
Just Netflix.
It won't be on my wheel.
So for next week, before we open the panel for all the other stuff things that we may want to cover, this is the movie for next week. So I think this will also be one that's full of people comments. I think we're going to have some discussion on this particular movie. And she did not win an Academy Award for this.
No,
I know
she
was
did. She won
nominated.
Best Actress.
She
She won
Did she win
Best
it?
Actress.
Yep.
She won Best Actress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
She deserved it for this role. This role was she was the best part of the movie, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But
Yeah.
I mean, what was funny was the night that the Academy Awards were on, Roger, Aubyn, and myself, we were in big screen, and we get together every Sunday to watch Regime and Curb Your Enthusiasm. So just on the second screen, I had the Academy Awards up so we could see what was going on. So we're there to watch Regime and Curb. Aubyn's like, switch over. He kept wanting to see what was going on with the Academy Awards. Who was that? Who won? What won?
Hey,
But yeah, we had a good time that night in big screen, sitting there watching. So I mean, that's what we were talking about. How you're always talking about doing like a mystery science, whatever.
Mhm.
I said this would be the perfect thing
Perfect.
is if we did a mystery science of us watching the Academy Awards,
Oh my
you
God,
know, and
that would be hilarious.
ripping on the movies that stunk, that were other
Yeah.
crap that won awards.
yeah. Who did they pay off to get that? Well, we know how that works. So.
Yeah.
So at this part of the show, if you guys not seen it before, we open up the panel to talk about movies that people may want to check out or TV shows that we're finding that are good or bad. So this is a place where you can talk about it, whatever you've been watching.
And hey, let's first off give a what's up to our man Louis Gossett. It's a shame that he passed away.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Great actor.
Great.
We talked about it last week, remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a shame.
How's that?
I think maybe I'll do in big screen tonight. Play
There's
something.
bare knuckles tonight.
Oh, that's right. There's bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I won't be watching. I'll be watching that along with basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say the
Okay.
NCAA. You got Duke and State tonight.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
North Carolina State, because I forget. Not everyone's in the same state.
It's 7 o'clock. NC State and Marquette, and then Duke and Houston, which is the one I really want to see. That's at 9:30.
Okay.
Duke's going to get their ass whooped.
And I think there's a bunch of scrubs on the bare knuckle card tonight anyway, isn't it?
Are they?
I just want to thank the group for getting me to watch the original Color Purple.
Hey, so
we got last week.
Did you like it, Scott?
I did. I really, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I actually found myself thinking about it for like 3-4 days, later. I kept, it was so good.
So why does somebody make a freaking musical out of that subject matter? Tell me why.
It's funny.
Why? For money.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Money.
That was one of my questions when we finished it and we talked about it. I said because I didn't see the remake, and I had said I cannot fathom. I can't come to a picture of them singing about incestual rape, or chattel slavery, and it was very, very. I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I guess I have to see it to comment on it. The new one, I haven't seen that.
No one here.
And I
thought you'd watch the new one, then you watched.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
well, and I can't imagine.
Willa watched it also. Willa watched it in reverse order, so she's the person to ask. She didn't really like the original.
She did.
Also. Yeah, she did like.
She did. Oh, okay.
She did like it.
I was gonna say, I don't know anybody that didn't really like that movie.
No.
Honestly.
Well, seeing how you have to put a new choice on there, and I keep seeing the Roadhouse. Is that your new pick for next week?
Please, no, don't do it.
Yeah. Put that on there that's my pick for next week. My pick for the wheel.
That's a Netflix movie.
I did watch that. I watched it. It's an
Actually,
Amazon movie.
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime plus $4. That's what it is. Because you got to pay the $4 extra to get the. I watched that just the other day. So I would love to have that on the wheel for us to talk about.
Yeah, we were discussing that the other night.
Oh, you're gonna be able to chew that movie up.
Ugh.
It's got a lot.
Todd, I put something in the private. Check in the private. There's a link there. Since we didn't talk about it on the show, I didn't know if you wanted to add that one in here.
Yeah. Marvel scraps Deadpool 3 reboots the MCU instead of going with Deadpool 3.
Yeah. Which is different than Deadpool and
Oh.
Wolverine.
Yeah, it is not the same thing as Deadpool and Wolverine, which is another movie. Because actually, I saw this and I was reading it at work, and I said something. I was reading it out loud, and someone says, "Oh, that movie's getting ready to come out." I'm like, "No." They're like, "Yeah, we saw the preview." I'm like, no, that's not the same movie. That's Deadpool and Wolverine. So it looks like they're gonna.
That's like Hobbs and Shaw, you know.
Hobbs and Shaw.
But this is basically Disney really trying to shuffle up
our wallet.
What they're wanting to release after getting hit with some not so stellar box office numbers
and streaming shows as well.
Yeah.
Well, when you have that many of the main guys and girls leave after Infinity War, you're gonna. And I think a major problem with it as well is the Chadwick Boseman passing, because he would have been a major player in this phase of MCU. And actually, that was a really strong character to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think people might have Marvel or superhero fatigue?
Yes.
Oh, I think some of it is for sure that too.
Yeah.
Although saying that, this could be the perfect time for DC to.
Oh, you know how much you love DC.
I don't love DC, but
I'm excited for the James Gunn verse to see what he does with DC.
Yeah.
You can't do any worse.
To me, I'm telling you, the perfect idea for DC is they go bad guy movies. All of them will focus on the Penguin or the Joker.
Sony tried that. Sony tried that with the Marvel bad guys, didn't they? That one with him from 30 Seconds to Mars in what's it called? Mobius. They tried that.
Yeah.
Well, but that was not
feel
done
like a
well.
bad guy, though, to me.
That was not done well. I mean, again, that movie was not good.
Sony and Madam Web, right? Sony did Madam Web. That was just. I talk about tone deaf, right? Sony, I just can't trust to do anything with superhero or Marvel.
I know. I wish they would just get. Marvel needs to get all the rights to Sony's Spider-Man, so we can get Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man back, or even Andrew Garfield. I want to see him in Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3. But it needs to be away from Sony.
Get Venom back with Spider-Man. Yeah, they definitely do that.
They just wait too long for to get that stuff going. Everyone loses interest, like you said. It's fatigue.
Yeah.
I think after Doctor Strange.
I mean, me personally, because Marvel started on this quantum realm BS. They did it with the Doctor Strange, and the
multiverse,
and Wasp, the last one. I mean, even the Flash was. I mean, it's just
Loki.
Exactly, all this quantum realm BS. Ugh.
It was a good idea from the beginning, because everybody wanted to see different actors who they thought, like, there were so many different people that played the same characters. Everyone wanted to see these actors play them. It was kind of a bit of fan service, wasn't it? And then it just kind of got too complicated.
Yeah.
Fan
Well, the
service.
only, I would say the only one where they got it right was in the last Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
they brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. To me,
Yeah.
that was the only quantum realm that Marvel did that was worth a crap.
Well, you
All
do
the
realize
other
that's
ones
not
were
Marvel,
just
Dave.
stupid. Well, Marvel.
It's a comic book.
It's
But they're two different things. One's DC and
Right.
one's Marvel. Different world.
What, Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man's not
Spider-Man.
in. Yeah. DC, Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Yeah, he's on about Marvel. He's talking about the multiverse.
Yes.
Marvel.
So I'm trying to think. Looking at some of these ones that Imaginary came out, has anybody even turned that on? It
No.
looks so bad. I didn't even want to. Another Chucky that's a teddy bear.
I don't watch horror movies anymore.
Horror movies. I can't remember the last really good horror movie I've ever watched.
The Purge. Is that a horror movie or is that a slasher movie?
That'd be a horror. Well, no, I thought Silent. Or what was the one with the one the Silent the one with the aliens?
Oh, I hate that one.
I thought that was pretty good. I liked it. The whole suspense. The suspense of what was that?
A Quiet Place or something.
Yeah.
Jules.
Yeah.
Jules. But you watched it?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're on about?
No, he's talking about A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Jules, the horror movie.
2 episodes of the 3-body problem. I'm enjoying the heck out of that.
Yeah,
Watch that. Yeah.
halfway through that one.
Yeah, we watched all those. It's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of got makes you think a little bit. I think they got some room to work with that for a couple seasons.
What did you think, Eddie? You're halfway through.
Yeah, I like it.
Very cool.
I didn't like the first episode until I got into the second episode.
Huh.
Once I got into the second, I got hooked.
Yeah, there's some building going on, definitely.
Netflix are good at TV shows, but not like. I think they run out of ideas when they go further down when they go from like more than 4 seasons or whatever.
Oh
yeah.
Netflix originally.
They're done.
Yeah.
So, any more of you guys watch
just
this?
look and
I
see
love
that
Shogun.
if there was another 3-body, 3 whatever problems.
Yeah, it's not the same.
There's 2 of them. It's not the same. The other show.
No,
There's
It's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
there's a Chinese one. It's a Hugo.
Yeah.
It was the first Chinese book to win a Hugo Award.
Okay.
And I think they did a movie and a TV series in China.
Right. And has anyone watched it or not?
I've watched some of them. They're on Plex, and
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I
you-
haven't. I just didn't
grab them
know if I
for
can
me.
invest the time to watch it.
I wanted to see the Netflix one before I watched those. I've been staying away from everything, even the previews.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I want to say I know it's trending on Fen. It's a trending series, but yeah, it's there's 2. It's 2 different ones. I haven't watched the Chinese version. Have you guys staying up with Shogun or because
Yes.
we're doing?
Well, I got onto the first 2 episodes, but since there's a lot of reading in there, I said I'm going to wait until the complete season downloads and I'll do a binge on it.
I don't want to read that.
I like it.
Rough.
I like it.
I'm only allowed to read 1 hour a day, so
It's great. Who did you say Blue doesn't like? She doesn't like Blackthorn?
she don't like Blackthorn. She
He's
don't
a
like
little stiff.
his. Well, she doesn't like the way he talks. She says
Yeah.
he mumbles.
Yeah, he does.
She says she goes. I can understand everyone else like when they're talking English, she goes, "But him, I need to turn the subs back on because he just he mumbles and like he's still got marbles in his mouth when he's talking."
But that's another one where the sets are incredible, the costumes incredible.
Yeah,
it's great. The action, when there is action, is incredible.
yeah. It's a very so far a very well done TV series.
It was expensive.
Yeah.
One of my sons told me, he said that's going to take over Game of Thrones.
Oh,
I can see that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because there's a second part, Shogun 2. There's a whole nother novel they could do after this. I think there's 3 novels after Shogun, after the original one. So there's plenty of material for him to do.
How many people like the Gentleman?
I haven't watched it yet, Ed.
Oh,
Me, you know me, because I like the movie to me was brilliant, wonderful, and the TV shows is good. It's,
yeah.
I mean, I think we're
It
missing.
would have been
that.
great if
What's it missing? What's it
what
missing?
you're
Tom?
trying to say. It would have been great if Matthew was in it.
Yes,
What Todd
Well,
is trying to say.
I can only give it good because Matthew's not in it.
There's a movie I read some reviews on it, and I think it's coming out tomorrow on the 31st. It's called Parish, Parish.
Is it about Louisiana?
I think it's called The Parish or Parish.
Parish.
There it is.
Parish,
Yeah,
right there.
The movie?
yeah.
First
No,
one.
No, that's
No, the
that's
first one.
2021.
The first one.
The first
Oh,
one.
the TV show.
Giancarlo?
Yeah, he's in The Gentleman.
Oh wow.
Parish.
He's all over the place, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
It comes out on
I like him a lot.
Saturday, I think,
Yeah.
The 31st.
31st.
I'm gonna have to put that on my. It's not a cop show, is it, Ed?
No.
Okay.
I'm putting it on mine right now.
Well, it's only one. It looks like only one episode drops this week, so it's
Yeah.
going to be one of those ones where you got to wait every week
Oh yeah.
on
And it's
AMC.
AMC, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Who's it made by? Is it made by? It's not
AMC.
made by AMT.
Yeah.
AMC.
AMC. Okay.
So that means it'll be PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have some swears,
Yeah,
Mm.
a nipple or something.
maybe.
If we're lucky.
That doesn't matter. I mean, Breaking
Eye
Bad, and Better
nipples.
Call Saul, they were good series.
Resident Alien was good this week.
Mm.
Is it?
That show's it's good.
It's a great show. It's a great show. I gotta just get back into it again.
That
Yeah.
sheriff is hilarious.
Yeah.
So has the whole season, the whole first season of this dropped yet?
Resident Alien? Yeah, we're on season 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this Wednesday is the season finale of
Yeah.
season 3.
I hear nothing but high praise. I have yet to hear a single bad thing about this.
You should watch it.
I don't know, maybe
It's
Wednesday night,
cool.
Roger, you and I'll watch the season
Yeah.
finale big screen.
Sure. Sounds good.
Right, gentlemen, I am going to get going.
Okay, yeah. Great.
Our clocks change on Sunday, so it'll be normal service resumed next week.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, good.
Have a good
Okay.
night. Ed.
See ya,
Have a
Andrew.
good,
See
have a
ya,
good night,
Andrew.
guys. Bye. See you in big screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Hey,
a good one.
well, this is probably closer to Andrew's age. One of the people at my work said that you need to watch this. The people at my work, the teachers,
Yeah,
are younger than
I
me,
got this. Yeah, I was getting.
and they were closer to my kids' age, so
Yeah.
they were people that
Uh-huh.
were watching Nickelodeon on a regular, and some of the stuff that was going on those Nickelodeon TV shows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The only reason I know any of those people is because my kids, I seen
Yeah.
it. Well,
Yeah, me
my
too.
kids growing up watch these shows. I don't know any of these kids myself.
Well, I remember Amanda Bynes because I remember
Yeah.
the Amanda Show and all that.
I knew who they
Keenan
are.
Kel. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, just like you, Roger, I would see it when my kids were watching, so I would catch, parts of it. And but yeah, one of the guys at my work said, "Oh,
I
you
saw
watch
this.
Yeah, they fucked up some of those kids, and some of them not at all. Like Keenan says,
Yeah.
"No, hey, sorry it happened to you, but none of that shit was happening around me."
Mhm.
You know what's interesting about this is there are people that don't like Amanda Bynes isn't in this,
Yeah,
but you can see Amanda Bynes's
crazy.
Amanda Bynes. Yes, you could see where her personal life goes, and you can put the pieces together. And there's other people who kind of orbit Dan Snyder, and you can, like I said, put the pieces together, and it's the guy's a soul murderer. He really should be
Mhm.
dealt with appropriately.
Mhm.
So I guess Scott, you've watched this because I
I
haven't
have.
watched it yet. It's on my list. I just hadn't sat down and watched it.
It's very well done. The way they set up, they it's not like they tell a good story, and there's a beginning, middle, and end, and you think you probably there's surprises in there. Even though I thought I knew the story, and they still figured out ways to surprise me and keep me hooked, and
Mhm.
still very good. But it is dark. It says it right in there. It's dark. It's a dark subject, and everything going on with Puff Daddy and just the stuff we're starting to see kind of fall out into the open. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be puffy right about now.
No, but to see this guy was, I mean, as long I guess this is just the world over, right? If you're making your company money, they will overlook certain things.
Mm-hmm. Well, and when people talk about politicians, and the corruptness of this and that, it's not just politicians. It's people that are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And those are the people that are doing stuff that's people turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
Because if you've got enough money, you can pretty much get away with whatever you want if you have enough money, because you can bury it, pay off people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, that's reality of the world, and that's not even just in this country, in any country. You've got enough money, you can make things disappear.
South Park did an episode a long time ago about how powerful men and actors and sports people get away with, with
Murder.
this type of shit all the time.
Yep.
South Park always hits it out of the park.
They do hit it right on the nose. But it's crazy that there's people that don't even, they will keep their mouth shut just with the hope of staying on that, or even getting on that person's good side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just to say, like, look how loyal I am. I'm not going to tell that you did this really horrible thing.
Might get on that gravy tit.
Well, it makes me think of that Cat Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, a lot of what Cat Williams was spilling the beans on, you're starting to see more things.
He said that you're going to see all these molesters come to light. What was done in darkness comes to the light.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I mean, what was it? He was like, and not even just molested, but even like when he was talking about the actors getting diddled by Diddy, the stuff that you would do as an adult to stay in their good graces, to make sure you get the roles, or you make sure that you get the contracts that you're wanting. So it's just funny because it's Blue and I were talking about it yesterday, and I'm like, you need to watch that Cat Williams special, that one where with Shannon Sharp. I said, because he was talking about this circle of stuff that's going on there in Hollywood of people that get the pass and the things they got to do to get the pass.
What did Kevin Hart do?
Yeah.
Well, he said Kevin Hart's name.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he did. He did.
He said Kevin Hart's name
He
about.
said what he did.
So diddled.
Yep.
Got diddled though.
Kevin ain't funny.
You know, but he continues to get contracts.
Yes, he does.
Shows. You know, it made me think of when I saw that. I thought of Wayne Brady. Remember when Wayne Brady? I remember one day Charles said to me when Wayne Brady was on this and that, and he goes, he needs to give another brother some money. He goes, he don't need to get all the jobs because it was like he was the token black man that was stuck in.
Yeah.
It was like he was on this show, then this show, then this show. It's like nobody else can get a job. I mean, he's the only.
But he was talented, and I guess they liked him. You know.
No, but I mean, the shows didn't last. I mean, look at all the game shows he did. I don't know. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, gone.
Yeah.
See what's coming out about Cuba Gooding Jr. now?
Yeah.
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 But you got to wonder, specifically like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Wayne Brady. Did they stop playing ball at some time? Is that why they kind of had a falling out with Hollywood? You know,
it could be.
Yeah. Once you start saying no.
Yep.
The phone's ringing as long as you're saying yes.
Harvey Weinstein got away with it for, his entire career.
Yeah.
Until they had enough and somebody said, put their foot down,
Yeah.
That's why I keep my mouth quiet, or I won't be allowed back on the show.
That's right. Got my own crew going on. You guys keep that shit quiet.
Oh, geez. That's how we can get out of this thing?
What do I got to do?
I've been turned out to get on the panel. I'm just kidding.
Be careful now. You're going to keep coming on the show. We'll talk later. Photos, videos.
There's always a price to play.
No.
Looking to see if anybody else over here on our side give any suggestions for shows or things that.
Did anybody watch Anatomy of a Fall?
Not yet.
I got about halfway through it, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
You shut it off?
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I just don't.
Was it because of the acting, or you just couldn't understand the story?
It wasn't any good.
Okay.
It's like today. I was in the mood to watch a kind of a gangster type movie, and I watched one called 5 Pounds of Pressure, fairly new movie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sucked. Totally fucking sucked. The shit didn't happen, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, but wasn't Anatomy of the Fall that would nominate for a couple of Oscars, wasn't it?
Yes, it won. I believe. I'm trying to remember correctly. I think it won. It won an Oscar for screenplay.
Okay.
But trust me, as we all know, and I always go back to the movie Moonlight, is my prime example of a horrible movie can win a freaking Oscar, which that was. It just was not a good movie. I mean, because like when it started making the award circuits, because when stuff first started to nominate, I like to find those gems. I mean, A Man Called Ove, how I found that was up for an Academy Award for a foreign film. That's how I found that movie in 2015. So I watched these obscure movies.
Right.
So I went to watch this one, and it's just like I was waiting, and just I couldn't take it any longer.
Seeing
I did watch some more of the Walking Dead. It got dumber.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad I'm not wasting my time yet.
Yeah,
Well,
what else did I watch?
like I was bitching about that Masters of the Air. I just had a hard time with freaking
Yeah?
watching Elvis as a World War II
okay, that's
pilot.
right.
Yeah, that's the same thing I had issue with Millie's voice. Her
Mhm.
accent.
Have you watched any of her Sherlock Holmes movies, Todd?
No,
They're pretty good.
That Blue says, well, she has the same accent in that.
Yeah.
In Sherlock Holmes. I'm like, oh, well, I never watched. I don't like Sherlock Holmes. I've never liked any of the Sherlock Holmes movies or
Really?
shows.
Not even the Robert Downey Jr. one?
No.
Wow.
Just
Both of those are
I
awesome.
tried.
I didn't watch it because of Robert Downey Jr.
You're the action movie guy, Aubyn. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I know.
Love it. You would fucking love
I
it.
know, but sometimes I just have this thing with him. You know, like I always say, he's gotten too many chances.
It's great action. You'd love it. I promise.
Yeah,
you.
well, you know, he's gotten too many chances in my book.
Yeah.
I feel, you know, and that bothers me. It really does. You know,
This week's BMF was kind of bothersome to me because of
oh,
all
was
the,
it? All
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that was a little excessive.
And that was like, oh, okay, about time. It was like, I'm like, this is the way it is.
There ain't no place that's the way it is except for Fallujah.
Listen, hey, that's what it's like out in them streets. You know what I mean? You're walking down the street, and all of a sudden, you know,
There was 15
it's
guys
breaking
with
Yeah.
1847s.
Listen, but that's what they're getting now.
Well, yeah, but that was in 1985. That's not. That
Hey,
didn't
listen.
happen then.
No. They still had some firepower.
Yeah,
They did.
but
They did.
didn't have military grade weapons going back and forth between 40
If
guys
they
on this side.
if they wanted them, they had them. Okay, these guys were like Scarface on the streets. You know,
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
because they would look for all they have to do is see it once, and they have to have it. When you got money like that, you know, it's what happens. You know, they went and they spend money on all kinds of crazy cars and everything, and they don't even have their own house.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
But other than that, I did like, I do like the show.
I know. Yeah, but Roger, were you watching the one that came on today?
Yeah.
I
watched it last night. It hit my Plex last night.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Look, if you look at my Plex, it's always there a day early, Ed.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Sneak peek. It's like Roger's like he's like a anomaly in time. He's like a day ahead. Shit gets there early.
It's like on Sunday mornings I have that what's that other one, that the Walking Dead one. It's always out.
Yeah.
Early Sunday morning.
Yep.
All right, let's get wrapping this up, boys.
Okay.
We're over 2 hours.
Well, you want to go back for another nap?
Yeah. No. I might. I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna go back down there and mess around with my computer again. Because now that I've started the image, I'm like, okay, now I got to get all the games on there. So, which takes time.
Yeah.
Oh, so Scott, anything you want to say before we go?
No, thank you guys for letting me up. I'll see you guys in Oculus. I'm gonna go put the V-Bucks on my daughter's Xbox, and you guys have her Fortnite thing. Easter present. You guys have a wonderful Easter and have a wonderful holiday and a great night. Okay.
Take care.
Take care.
Roger.
Thank you guys.
As always, thanks for the invite. Nothing to add. Thanks. Had fun. See you next week.
Awesome. Eddie?
Yeah, good show today. At least we all got a pass.
Aubyn.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Really enjoy you being here every week. Have a happy Easter, everyone, and we'll see you guys next week. And we'll watch Poor Things. We'll be watching it in big screens also. And then, okay, that's it. All right.
Beach.
Hopefully we can start on time next week on Sleeping Beauty there. You know, gets an early power nap, you know. Who doesn't give any more poisoned apples?
Hey, I realized in big screen the other day, what we never say on the show is like and subscribe. So all you folks out there, like and subscribe.
Hit the bell notification.
Yes.
Definitely.
And there's an affiliate link to our VPN in the notes.
Yeah, get on those. Get that. We need it. Thanks for everyone joining the show. Sorry we ran just a few minutes late, but it's all right. We had plenty of time to cover our show. Happy Easter to everybody. Enjoy your holiday. Hopefully you get to spend it with some family. And I get to spend every week with my family, the guys on my panel. Yeah. I really appreciate them coming on here to join me. Seriously, I do. I love you guys. I really appreciate it.
I love you too, brother. I love you too, man.
I appreciate it. It's good times. So, hey, we'll see you next time because streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you.